Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, so you guys know what that means. It is Follow a Sketch Friday. Now this is the sketch that I'm going to use, and of course during the video it will be up in that upper left hand corner for you guys. Now I have pulled out a couple Pink Fresh products. I've also pulled out a couple tapes and my yellow flowers from my Kit because I have not touched them at all. And I also think I'm gonna grab these little super sparkly gold sequins right here. So let's see what I can do. All right, so the first thing I do is grab, I just twanged, guys. That was a big old twang. Okay, the first thing I do is grab those circle dies, and I decide I don't need to use this entire sheet of paper to cut out the circle dies. I really like the paper. I want to do some more things with it. I have an idea for it, so I have that paper off to the side. I did have that scalloped paper as well. My original intention was to cut out some of the scallops for some of the lines that are over there in the sketch that you can see in the upper left hand corner. But I kind of put the scalloped paper to the side and I promptly forgot about it. And then by the time I had remembered it, I felt like it wasn't the right thing anymore. It didn't really go in the right direction. So my photos are a little bit larger than pictured in the sketch. So these look like 3x3s, maybe a 4x4 photo in the sketch, but mine are 4x5. And that's just because that's what I had. I did trim them down a little bit because I really wasn't going to lose anything by trimming down the photos. But, you know, not going to worry about it that my photos are not square. I did use the largest circle die that I had, and I did run it through my Gemini machine. Now that thing is a beast. I love that sucker. It cuts so beautifully and it cuts intricate dies, but I cracked my cutting plate, so that is what I'm going to be purchasing today, Black Friday. So not the fun scrappy things, just the cutting plates. So now I am using my white glitter tape, and this is all I have left. So I thought I was going to end up using all of it on this layout, and I would have if I didn't trim it down and tuck it on either side of the photo. My concern was I wasn't going to have enough for each line that I have going on here, but you know, I do, so now I have another little piece of glitter tape to use on another layout. Got to get that used up because that little piece just sitting there is driving me crazy. Now, when I was looking at the sketch, I saw that the top edge of this circle kind of tucked around the top edge of the photo. And that's what I liked. That's what I saw. That's what I was going to do. And then I realized that the bottom edge of the circle tucks under the bottom edge of the photo. My circles are much, much smaller than my photos. So I had to redo my fun foam and put it so that the circle is closer to the bottom of the photo than to the top, because I was running into an issue here in the center where everything was just kind of bunching up and I couldn't get it to sit right. Like it wasn't looking good to me. So I am going to adjust some things so it's not exactly like the sketch, just because of size constraints and things like that. I also don't have as many stripes, but I like what I came up with, and I have a little bit more embellishing, but that's okay because, you know, more is more sometimes, guys. More is more. So this is a photo of Lana, and I absolutely adore the face she made at me while I was taking her photo. I probably got a little ridiculous with the photos. I do have a cute photo of her dyeing eggs, but I wanted to scrapbook this one with the baskets. I will scrapbook the cute photo on its own. So as you can see, I built my photos together because they will overlap. And then I'm just going to get this khaki washi. It's not really washi, it's more like a paper tape down on my page. So I'm just going to go ahead and overlap that up. I am using kind of pastel colors, just because, you know, it's spring and Easter, and I just felt like these would be great colors for doing some Easter pages. Now I'm using some more fun foam, and since I have this as one kind of large photo cluster, I'm just going to put fun foam everywhere. I don't want my photos to kind of tilt down. Don't want any tilting photos, guys. That's not fun. Now, if you'll notice, I did not put any matting on my photos, which is kind of weird. Most of the time I mat my photos, I would say 96, we're going with 96. 96% of the time I mat my photos. This time, I don't know why. Maybe, do they look matted in the sketch? I can't really tell, but for this time I just decided I wasn't going to do it. So now I am going to spare you watching me try to peel off the backing of the glitter tape. Some of it was much harder to peel off than other times that I cut it. But I am going to bring in the tags. I did not have two similar pre-made tags that I liked for this layout, so I go ahead and grab a scrap piece of this Vicky Bouton Storyteller paper. It literally, guys, it was sitting on the floor. And I'm going to fussy cut tag tops out. And yes, this is fussy cutting. So all of you people that say you don't fussy cut, if you cut out a tag, hey, that is fussy cutting. So there you go. I am going to use the larger tag over here on the left-hand side of the page because I have more space, and that's the only reason. I pull out my crocodile so I can make a tag hole, and don't worry your pretty little heads, we will not have any naked tag holes on this layout. I do the same thing with the little tag topper, just going to apply a little tiny bit of ATG there so that I can layer it up. So now we have the tags on. It's definitely looking similar to the sketch. And then I dump out my Prima flowers in yellow. Now, like I mentioned earlier, these are the yellow flowers that I put in my How to Kill a Kit with Style for this month. And I haven't touched them yet. I've just about used all of the teal flowers, which was in a larger bottle, but I never touched the yellow ones, and I figured this would be a good time to do it. Not that there's a whole heck of a lot of yellow on my layout. I don't think there's nothing yellow, but I think that they look good. So I'm just going through to see what I have. I decide to layer up the flowers so that I have a smaller kind of darker yellow on top of the larger, lighter yellow. I know that I have some teeny tiny brads that I'm going to use as the center, and then I was thinking, oh, I wanted to use those sparkly sequins as well. What in the world am I going to do? Oh, I realized I forgot to put the smaller flowers there, so we're just going to pop them on. And then these bad boys are going to go back into the jar. And there's still a lot of flowers in this jar, and I feel like I used a lot of flowers on this layout. Those Prima flowers just last and last and last, and that is evident because these suckers are at least 10 years old. So, using those bad boys up. Now I get the bright idea to use my sequins as the center of my flowers. Now these sequins are super sparkly glitter sequins, and I love them. You can get them on the Brutus Monroe website. On one side they're like super sparkly, and then on the other side they're a little bit matted. So I go with the super sparkly bit. I push my teeny tiny brad through, and then I decide, instead of poking holes in my paper for every single flower, I'm just going to bend the brad tines back. Now that I have all of the flowers with these centers, I decide to go grab some glue dots to adhere them. Now I could have definitely used my ATG for this, but I felt like the glue dots were pre-sized and perfect to do this. I do change up my technique. Sometimes I apply it right onto the paper, sometimes I peel it off, and then sometimes I apply it to the back of the flower. It's just however it comes out and works the best. I'm not used to using a glue dot runner, so it does feel a little bit awkward to me. But I'm sure if this was like my regular adhesive and I used it all the time, it would be fine. Because when I started using the ATG, that was very awkward. But now it is like, it's an extension of my scrapbooking hands, right? You guys know what I mean. When you try a new adhesive, it's funky, and then you keep doing it, and then it's just like, yeah, don't have to worry. That's just the way it is. So I do go ahead and do the glue dots on every single one of the flowers. There is one flower that I pop up. I haven't been looking at what I'm doing, so I have no idea if I've popped it up already or not. I pop it up on a foam square just because it is on top of the photo, and there isn't any, what is that stuff called? Fun foam underneath of it, so I didn't want the flower to dip. Now I am going to put the sequins back in the bag. I was thinking about sprinkling some sequins as well to add a little bit of extra sparkle and a little bit more of that gold color, but I end up going a different direction. So instead of adding sequins, I decide to bring in the gold things, which is these thickers right here. These stickers are from 2017. They are called Recollection. I'm pretty sure they were, I don't remember what collection they were with. I have no idea, but this is like my second or third package of them. So I've used them a lot, and I just love them. I think the gold is a great color gold. So one of the wreaths on the package of thickers is not connected, so I just pulled them off and treated them like little vines. Now I thought about putting my gold hearts on my tag holes because, you know, that would prevent a naked tag hole, but I didn't like it. So I just decided to grab the solid gold hearts that were still on the sticker sheet and go ahead and nestle them around the flowers, kind of one on each photo cluster. Now, I had to use the title cute, especially after that face that Lana is making in the photo. And I do have this little unforgettable sticker from my Kit from Cocoa Vanilla. It's kind of been floating around on packaging. I thought it was a great color match, and I was going to try to do something like unforgettable and cute, or cute and unforgettable, but I just couldn't get it to sit anywhere where I felt like it looked good and it wasn't lopsided or anything like that. So the unforgettable is back in the kit, and we'll have to get that used on another layout. Now I am going to tie two little bows. I'm just tying them with embroidery floss. All 6 strands, I'm not, you know, making it skinnier or anything like that. I do decide that I like the bows in the direction of the tags better than hanging down. Sometimes I like them better hanging down, but I think on this layout I just liked it better this way. So I make the 2 bows, I adhere them in the tag hole with some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. That stuff will grip that embroidery thread and will not let it go once it's dry. I just write down Easter 2019, and then this layout is done, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me for Follow a Sketch Friday. Be sure you head over to the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group, where you can see the Follow a Sketch Friday post, and then you can post your version of the sketch there as well. I will see you guys again real soon for another video.